Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.
Welcome, everybody, to another Legacy Maker Sports News Update. I'm your man, Darrell Owens, bringing you this one. And this news update is kind of more of a question that had got posed to me, or a thought that got posed to me. And people were saying, did I think if or should Russell Westbrook, come back to the Wizards, or should the Wizards trade for Russell Westbrook? And it was something that was very intriguing to me, especially knowing, the time that he had while he was here in Washington, or it was in the DC area. He did a lot of things in the community. The Wizards did make the playoffs, even though it was a first round exit, but they did make the playoffs. And it seems like he had a really good rapport with, all of his teammates and the coaches and the community here. So it was definitely a question. Obviously, the money becomes a big issue when you look at it, and how much money he's getting paid, all that good stuff. So my question really was, if the Wizards should do this, or, if the Wizards do this, how do they do this? So I came up with two scenarios, and both scenarios are, I guess you can say, just within the team. I didn't try to make it a 3-team thing, or, add picks. I just did straight players and how the scenarios would end up. So with that being said, let's look at trade scenario number one. Now, trade scenario number one would bring Russell Westbrook back to the Wizards, but the Wizards would sing Porzingis and Barton, and the salaries together would kind of match up to give him just enough to bring Russell Westbrook back to the Wizards. Now, with that being said, Russ is getting up there in age, so we know, and last year we seen his play, and some people say, well, maybe he's not the same Russell Westbrook, but just indulge me here. So yes, you sing Porzingis, who's dealt with a lot of injuries. Barton, who's been a really solid player. You send him to the Lakers, helps out the Lakers tremendously. With Porzingis and Davis, and you bring in a Barton, who's a very solid player in the NBA. So in this scenario, Russ comes to the Wizards, Porzingis and Barton head to the Lakers. This is what the Wizards starting lineup would look like after that. Or at least this is my projected starting lineup. You would have Westbrook, Beal, Rui, Kyle Kuzma, and Gafford. So that would be your starting lineup. Now, with this lineup, the one good thing that comes from this is you get to keep your depth, and you get to keep your young core pretty much together. Yes, you do lose Porzingis, but Porzingis 25, 27 years old right now. It doesn't hurt, but you get to keep everybody else pretty much. And you're bringing in a guy like Russell Westbrook, who's already have a good rapport with most of the guys on this team and knows how this team functions. So that's the first trade scenario. Trade scenario number two is a little bit more wild. Now, this one would kind of hurt, in my opinion, the Wizards a little bit more, because you're getting rid of Kuzma, you're sending him back to the Lakers. Barton goes, Monte Morris goes, Corey Kaspar, who's been, really nice there, and a veteran in Taj Gibson, which I don't think the Lakers would keep all of these guys. They more likely would buy maybe one or two of the guys out, so on and so on, maybe trade them down the road. But this is the second scenario. And in this scenario, this one gives the Wizards a big three. Now, maybe not a big time big three, but they give them a baby big three. And that big three would be Bill, Westbrook, and Porzingis. And then you get your two guys in Rui and Denny. You bring them into the starting lineup after they've been, on this team for a couple of years. You drafted them high. You expect high things from them. This is a chance to see if they can take that next step and maybe take it to the next level. So those are my trade scenarios. That's who I have the Wizards starting after those trades. So very interesting to me. I just was wondering how it would go. Now, just that question goes out to everybody out there. Would you like to see Russell Westbrook come back to the Wizards, or are you fine with the young core that you have right now? Leave that in the comments. Thank you all for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. Once again, this is Darrell Owens, and this has been the Legacy Maker Sports News Update. Until next time.
Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.